Our top story, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has promised to implement the one rank, one pension scheme for the armed forces personnel. This promise came in the 8th edition of his radio address, Mann Ki Baat. Now hitting out at the opposition for making it a political issue, Prime Minister Modi said that for the last 40 years, political parties have played games on one rank, one pension, but his government is committed to implementing it. Now, calling one rank, one pension a complex issue, the Prime Minister urged ex-servicemen to give his government some time to implement it. His assurance comes amidst opposition Congress accusing the government of delaying the implementation of the scheme. Kamaljeet Kaur Sandhu is now joining us with more details on that story. Kamal, the Prime Minister indicated that it was the last 40 years that this whole issue was even made even more complex. How is the Congress reacting to that particular allegation?
Well, Congress is obviously rubbishing all these charges, saying that whatever has been promised that was done during the UPA government, that it was the UPA which was committed to bringing one rank, one pension. It didn't really happen. And if it's good, if it's Narendra Modi which is actually bringing on the UPA policy at this point of time, but they're saying they're obviously wasting a lot of time, a lot of precious time is being wasted. We've seen the tempers rising as far as pensioners are concerned, as far as those working within the army ambit are concerned, and they're saying it's not just Prime Minister Narendra Modi, for that matter, Minister of Defence, it is also the Ministry of Finance, which they think is bringing in some sort of obstacles because of which one rank, one pension is being delayed. They're saying enough time has been given to politicians. It's time for action now.
All right, Kamal, stay on with us. I also have with us on the phone line Lieutenant Colonel Raj Kadian. Sir, is this assurance from the Prime Minister at this stage enough?
Look, we have never had and we still do not have an iota of doubt on the assurance given by the Prime Minister. We are sure that one rank, one pension will come. Till yesterday, our only doubt was when.
Yes.
Because we were hoping that he would announce it on his anniversary lectures, but he did not. But after yesterday, seeing his interview in the Tribune, there is another element of doubt is what? Look, the definition of one rank, one pension is very simple. It has been accepted repeatedly, including by the present government on the floor of the House, through the Rajya Raksha Mantri.
Okay.
So any tempering of that definition now will not be accepted.
Sir, but even now the Prime Minister has not said when. He has said we will try to implement it as soon as possible, also saying that this issue is hugely complex.
Yeah, the Prime Minister, yes, obviously he has not been given the picture. The input given to him is not right. Yesterday when he said that he will give it as soon as possible, also added that he has been elected for 5 years. Now that's a very disturbing tail end. If we are to wait for another 4 years, I don't think the veterans would accept it in any way. We never wanted to protest. The UPA forced us to go on the road. And now we are being pushed into the same situation.
Okay.
We will have no choice but to go back to the street. And that will not be good for the image of the country, either domestically or even internationally.
Sir, do the ex-servicemen want a definitive answer on when it will be implemented from the government now?
Absolutely. Let the government give a firm date. All this being worked out, modalities are being worked out. That we've been hearing for the last 15 months. When is the actual date when they issue the implementation order?
Okay.
Let them give a date. Then let them say it is 31st July, 15th August, or whatever. But let the Prime Minister or somebody on the behalf give a firm date of commitment.
All right, so just a mere assurance is not enough. A concrete date should be given to the ex-servicemen. Many thanks, Lieutenant Colonel Kadian, for speaking with us. Let me also now go across to 1971 war veteran Wing Commander S.D. Karnik, who, remember, recently displayed his displeasure at OROP not being implemented. He's joining us now, sir. The Prime Minister has assured the implementation of OROP. Are you satisfied now with this latest assurance?
Yes, 100%. Actually, I am satisfied and I am more than sure the rest of the ex-servicemen also would be satisfied.
And what do you think has been the stumbling blocks so far in the non-implementation of OROP for 40 years?
No, I won't be able to comment. I'm too small a man to know what is happening around in Delhi. But one thing is definitely, as per my assessment, is that the Babus themselves, having converted the views of the ministers, are dilly-dallying and wanting to postpone. Tariq pe tariq dete rahe, ashwasan dete rahe to all of us, and it just carries on. And the reaction of the ex-servicemen is fairly mute. Maybe a little bit of reaction is there.
Okay.
There is no doubt about it. But broadly speaking, they have taken us for granted. That's the word, if I can use.
So what will be the ex-servicemen's association's next step after the Prime Minister's assurance today on OROP?
No, my dear, how would I know? I am not a member anywhere. I am a singleton, thinking individual, a man with an analytical mind, and what I get from the newspapers, that is the print media, the magazines, the electronic media, and the internet. I come to my own conclusions, and I keep the conclusions to myself, except whenever we meet over a drink or a cup of tea in the club or anywhere for that matter. That's the only thing. I don't go anywhere. I'm 80 years old now, and I am not interested in others' views and others' thinking and none of those things.
All right, Wing Commander SD Karnik, many thanks for speaking with us on that issue.